70 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right. You know what? That was kind of fun off the air. You should have heard what happened off the air right there. All right. Here's my intro. Eddie, can you handle my intro? You okay with me doing a little intro, right?
Larry, come on, man. Come on. Your stick is the greatest. Don't worry about me. I'm here.
All right. So there are a few people in show business that feel like friends to me. Eddie Money is one of them.
That's us.
I know.
We were in different.
I know.
We were in different rehabs together.
We were in rehab together. Yeah, I was recovering from I think chocolate chip cookies, and you had some kind of a cocaine problem, right?
Right, something like that. I was snorting South American countries. Come on, give me a break.
Where are you right now? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from the house. My wife's all bitchy because I'm up early, but that's okay.
You don't live on Long Island anymore.
Grandpa,
where do you live?
No, I live in North Malibu.
Oh, Malibu.
Fighting
Okay.
with the homeowners. Fighting with the homeowners association. They hate me, for some reason.
Well, you shouldn't be putting things up that you're not supposed to put up on your lawn. That's the problem.
Well, it's like the crazy hippie with the dysfunctional children, whatever they call it, but whatever.
So
but they're beautiful.
I don't know if you remember, but you were in Ocala. This is the city you're talking to, by the way, Ocala, Florida. You were here. You performed at Silver Springs. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I love Ocala. I love Ocala, man. It's a great little rock and roll town. I got a lot of friends down there. I want to say hi to Jeannie and to Peter and to Pizza Face. Now, Pizza Face, he hasn't have the world's greatest complexion, but he plays like Jimi Hendrix. So I want to say hi. I knew they were doing your show. I want to say hi to them, buddy. Okay, gang, how are you?
Hey, do you know Eddie Money and I have something in common? His dad and my dad were both New York City policemen. In fact, Eddie was a policeman, right? You were a policeman.
Well, I was on the police department for a couple of years, but when you're the son of a cop, you're always the first one over the fence, right? No, come on.
So that's right. So when you so you have a new reality show we want to tell people about, right?
I guess so, if you want to.
What do you mean? All right, isn't it?
I look at the reality show, and the kids are good, but. I'm looking at this old fat rock star. All of a sudden I've got two chins, and I think we should have done, and we should have done the show 10 years ago. And
yes.
I got my in-laws.
I don't blame you for saying that.
Can I
ask
crazy.
Let me ask you a question about this. Let me ask you a question. How hard is it to have a life when you have cameras all over the place that you're not supposed to acknowledge?
Well, I got to tell you the truth. I did acknowledge the cameras, and I was bitching and moaning about it every second of the day. Because every time they put a camera and a microphone on my wife and my daughter, they both came back at me like a couple of piranhas. And I couldn't say anything. It's crazy.
Oh no! So does it get easier? How many of them have you recorded so far?
I think we've done them all, thank God. They're all like half an hour apiece, and I hope everybody enjoys them because, to me, we did this one episode. I told them I hated horseback riding, so they take me down to the stables, and they thought they were really cute. They gave me this really big horse in a really bad mood, and I went over there to try to pet his face, and I said, "Well, why are you so bummed out?
Right.
Why the long face?" I said to the horse, "Why the long face?"
So you don't like.
My kid comes walking down the stairs. It's 92 degrees. I'm going to my wife. It's 92 degrees out. Why does he have a wool hat on? I don't get these kids.
What happened? You became Rodney Dangerfield overnight? What happened to you?
I have no idea. I had 5 kids. I should have got that TV fixed, for Christ's sake.
Just can you do me a favor and just say I get no respect? Because if you do that, you're Rodney. You became Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney was my favorite. I loved it today. He was in love with Angie Dickinson. He said, I'd give my career for a date with that
girl. Besides, let me ask you a question. I was watching some other interviews, so I don't want to ask a question other people have asked, but I think that's going to be hard. So I have a question.
Right.
Besides music, what other things about you have your children inherited? I don't mean physical things, but I mean like a love for fill in the blank or a personality trait or something.
What did they have for me? They don't empty the dishwasher.
Okay.
They leave their dirty clothes on the floor, and they fight with my wife.
Oh,
There you go.
There
They
you
got
go.
that from you.
Yeah, I mean, they're good kids. They're not out there ripping off houses, not getting DUIs, they're not in rehab. So I feel like I'm having a good month.
You're doing
you know?
good.
So, you know.
You're doing good. Hey, and I want the listeners to know that you were a great supporter of the veterans. You have a beautiful song. Was it Last Soldier Home or something?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's called. It's One More Soldier Coming Home.
One More Soldier.
Like I'm the chairman I'm a chairman right now. I'm very proud of the fact that I'm Pets for Vets. They take these dogs, and they really do a good job of these dogs taking care of these wounded veterans. It's really amazing, man. So I'm into that. You know what I'm saying? I can do everything I can for the vets.
That's a good deal. So is your brother still in the police department?
No, he's retired on the police department, and he was like Yoko Ono's head bodyguard for 10 years.
Oh, is that right?
I'm sure he was out of his mind. I couldn't sure he was out of his mind doing that. But he's still in security. You know, he's still watching everything. You know how cops are. Once a cop, always a cop. I don't know, but he's a good guy.
You know, you're one of those.
I wish he'd stop smoking. I wish he'd stop smoking 5 cigars a day and drinking a bottle of wine. Though I don't know how long the guy's
Oh,
gonna
really?
last, you know?
Did you quit smoking? Did you quit?
I quit smoking and I'm miserable, but yeah, I quit smoking.
Yeah. Oh my
One
God.
thing at a time.
I used to smoke Raleighs. I was saving up the coupons for a chest X-ray.
I know, those were the days, right? They have coupons and cigarettes.
Eddie Money is the reincarnation of Rodney Dangerfield, I think.
We were told that you're working on a musical called Two Tickets to Paradise.
Oh, the musical, it's called Two Tickets to Paradise. I wrote the musical about 7 years ago. And I saw Jersey Boys, and Jersey Boys remind me of Jersey Boys. Frankie Valli had a daughter that died of a drug overdose, and then I had a drug overdose, which was horrible. And the camaraderie that Four Seasons had with each other, with Cherry Baby and Walk Like a Man and all that, I felt like the same camaraderie I had with my guys. And I left the police department to go to California. So the play's about me quitting the police department and moving to California, making a lot of money, having a drug overdose, meet Lori, happy ending, you're going to love it.
And
that's wonderful. Looking forward to that.
Was the drug you overdosed on the same drug that Tom Petty overdosed on?
Yes, it was, and it was like it was back in 1981, but it's the same drug. It's like synthetic heroin.
Yeah.
It's called fentanyl. It is horrible. I had no idea I was doing something like that, you know?
He lived in this listening area, so so he's kind of like you are on Long Island. Everybody knows Eddie Money up there. Everybody knew Tom Petty down here,
right,
except for me. I never met him, and I never met you.
Well, I met Tom Petty. Tom Petty lived in the same town as me. He was right down the street. But then again, he was smoking a lot of cigarettes. I mean, at 64, 65 years old, you got to start taking care of yourself, you know?
Yeah, at least by then, yeah.
I think what's really amazing about you and your wife as parents is that you always allowed your children to follow their own passions. You never tried to carve a niche for them. You exposed them to everything so they would have a handle on what's out there and what they love.
Well, you know, my daughter's a very good entertainer. I mean, she's great, but she's also good at wrecking cars. I bought her a new Jeep Cherokee. No, check it. And I bought her a new Cherokee, and she had a tooth pulled. And like a dad was when I was her age, she's 29. She took 2 painkillers instead of 1. So what she do? She backed into a wall. All of a sudden, like $7,000 damage for the new car I bought her. And I was going, "Where is the car? Why isn't the car in the driveway?" Then I get home off the road. They got the car in the driveway. I'm looking at the car smashed up in the back, and the cameras are rolling. And I'm going, "What did you do?" I was flipped out. I was so flipped out.
They got that on tape. Huh? Oh my gosh!
They got that on tape. But my wife looks good in the video and stuff like that, and the kids are good. My son Desmond's got a band called Des Money and the Phase.
I was listening to him. I was listening to him yesterday. He's really good.
I know he doesn't sound anything like me, but he's very, very talented. And these days, they don't even put CD players in cars anymore. So the only way the kid's going to make a living is if he's got a good live show.
Oh, you're telling the truth. You're telling the truth. Yeah, but he does look like you. He looks just like you. He looked like you did when you were younger.
Yeah, but he doesn't really. He's not animated. He's like he stands on. He's like Elvis. He's crazy, you know?
But you got to teach him how to spin a tambourine.
No, he's not into that. And he's got a girlfriend from Turkey, and because of everything going on in Turkey, she doesn't want to go home. And she's got a beautiful apartment. She's got money. She's got a beautiful apartment in Beverly Hills, and she's living up in my son's room, eating my food. You know?
Of course.
Oh my God.
Well, you're still popular all over the place. In fact, Larry and I were in KFC yesterday, and we heard your song.
Yeah. Yeah, we were having chicken, and we heard 2 Tickets to Paradise.
Yeah, it's a shame too, because I sold my publishing. I sold my publishing for not a lot of money to buy my wife a house she threw me out of. Can you believe that?
Oh no, Eddie, it's an honor to have you on our show. It really does feel like I just spoke to a friend, and thank you so much for being on the show with us. Are you there?
Well, thank you so much. And don't think, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's Access TV. It's Access TV. It's on the West Coast. It's at 9:30, right after Sammy Hagar. Check it out Sunday night.
Right after Sammy Hagar.
This Sunday, April 8th.
EddieMoney.com is the website. Access TV is the network. Thank you, Eddie.
Hey, guys, have a great.
All right, we'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Here is your 1-minute news brief from The Source, WOCA.